So good afternoon everyone. Can someone tell me whether my voice is clear and is this screen clearly visible to all of you? ठीक है. So welcome to today's session. We will be doing 8th and 9th Feb 24 current affairs. Okay, it's not much, but let's focus on the important ones. So the first news is about insurance for all. So it's a program, or you can say a long-term target of IRDAI, the insurance regulator. So IRDAI talks about insurance for all, obviously in the terms of insurance penetration in the country. So right now, if I ask you, what do you think the current insurance penetration overall is there in the country? So can anybody of you tell what's current insurance penetration in India? Maybe like 50%. Nah, 15 तो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. Insurance penetration, first of all, understand that it is ratio of total gross premium, insurance premium divided by GDP. ठीक है? If you see insurance penetration in the country, so it is somewhere around 4 to 4.2%. ठीक है? In 2021-22, as per IRDA annual report, it was 4.2, and right now, especially in the previous year, it is usually said that it is right now at 4% only. So you can imagine that how much low insurance penetration is there in India. So obviously this target becomes, or makes much more sense, because not only insurance provides social security, but because in India, the awareness with respect to insurance, and obviously it's much more complicated to understand. That's why the disbursement of products is not that much there. है ना? अब with respect to motor insurance, तो वो तो compulsory कर दिया, इसलिए करवाना ही होता है ना? But other than, let's say life insurance and health insurance, it's not that much, penetrated into the economy as compared to other countries. Okay? So that's why, to increase this insurance penetration, IRDAI came up with Insurance for All initiative. Okay, so they want to achieve insurance for all by the year 2047. That means by 100 years of the independence. Yeah? So it is within this context this news is there. Okay? So IRDAI right now proposes that we'll formulate some obligatory life, motor as well as health insurance, especially in the Gram Panchayat section, because right now in urban areas there is somewhat, the insurance penetration is somewhat higher than the rural areas. So if we primarily focus on rural areas, so it will show much more impact on the insurance penetration of the whole country. Okay? So what they are doing, they are now, see, it is not that they have released a circular or like that. They are right now proposing. So they propose obligatory life, health and motor coverage in Gram Panchayats across India. So in order to do that, what they have done, they have given the direction that minimum number of lives to be covered by all life insurers in all Gram Panchayats in the country should be 30% in each Gram Panchayat. Okay? If you do in each gram panchayat you have to maintain this 30%, and in minimum 25,000 gram panchayat you have to follow this directive. ठीक है, तो ये तो हो गया पहले साल का टारगेट. बाय द नेक्स्ट ईयर 40% लाइव्स 50,000 ग्राम पंचायत. ठीक है, देन 50% लाइव्स 75,000 ग्राम पंचायत ऑल ओवर इंडिया. ठीक है, एंड इट्स नॉट अ वेरी ह्यूज टारगेट बिकॉज इफ यू सी द नंबर ऑफ ग्राम पंचायत इट इज मच मोर देन वट एवर द टारगेट्स आर हियर फॉर. ठीक है, तो इवन इफ वी focus on those gram panchayats that are much more affluent in terms of income or something like that, so it can be a little bit much more, let's say, achievable. Next is government lists 11 fair price shops on e-commerce portal ONDC. ठीक है, तो ONDC's utilization is being driven by the government itself. As we have seen in the past February month only, we have seen that government has increased the usage of ONDC by incorporating various firms into it. Okay. Okay, so this is obviously to extend consumer access to food items offered at government supported shops and to foster a more inclusive e-commerce system. So basically आप लोग whatever these fair price shops offer in terms of services with respect to food and all those things. ठीक है, तो ये तो प्राइमरी एजेंसीज हैं with respect to disbursement of what commodity? Can anybody tell? What commodity is being disbursed by fair price shops and under what scheme? Wrong name, you can say whatever that you have mentioned over there, no? So this is like once, at least this is not an issue of access. ठीक है, if you are telling us about the problem of service in insurance claims or like that, ठीक है, तो at least access की दिक्कत नहीं है. आपके पास इंश्योरेंस पहले से आ चुका है ना. आपको सर्विस अच्छी नहीं मिली तो आपने अगली बार से लिया नहीं, या फिर कोई कंपनी चेंज कर ली, तो फिर पेनिट्रेशन का इशू रहेगा नहीं. पेनिट्रेशन का इशू आता है आपको पता ही नहीं है, या आप लेना भी चाहो तो आपको पता नहीं कि किससे बात करनी है, तो फिर वो बिक ही नहीं रहा है प्रोडक्ट. यस अंजलि, करेक्ट. फूड ग्रेन्स अंडर प्रधानमंत्री गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना. ठीक है, सो दोज shops will be listed on ONDC, and obviously through online platform you can access these food grains. Not only ration card holders can access, but also other customers can also access commodities sold by these FPS. Next is India rank 3rd in US Green Building Council's Leadership in Energy Environmental Design Certification. Okay, so India is ranked 3rd in this LEED list, and it is a green building design rating system. And obviously if such type of ranking you can utilize in your sustainable development descriptive questions. Ab isme how can you relate it? Can you tell any scheme that the government is focusing upon or the government is utilizing, especially in context of green building? कोई scheme याद आ रही है? Think about NAPCC, NAPCC, under which there is a scheme which focuses upon urban space. What is that scheme? नेशनल मिशन ऑन सस्टेनेबल हैबिटेट, है ना? स्कीम्स पढ़ते चलो, especially for those who are there in descriptive class. Keep on revising the schemes. स्मार्ट सिटी का एक सब कॉम्पोनेंट होगा. यस, you can quote that also, and you can also quote सूर्योदय योजना. ठीक है, उसमें भी तो रूफटॉप सोलर पैनल्स लग रहे हैं. बट द मेन मिशन इज नेशनल मिशन फॉर सस्टेनेबल हैबिटेट अंडर NAPCC. Next, JustPay, Zoho and Decentro gets RBI's ePay aggregator tag. ठीक है, तो पेमेंट एग्रीगेटर वी हैव डिस्कस्ड एम्पल अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम, है ना? सो जस्ट लाइक दोज, these entities have also been provided with the tag of payment aggregators by Reserve Bank of India. ठीक है. Next is RBI projects financial year 25 GDP at 7%, CPI inflation at 4.5%. And we need not to repeat this again because we've seen all this news in RBI MPC lecture, है ना? So the latest RBI MPC lecture. Can you tell, or let's recall, what have we discussed in context of central bank digital currency within that lecture? Does anyone remember? What did RBI discussed about central bank digital currency in its latest monetary policy committee meeting? Programmability. Yes, Adarsh. बहुत बढ़िया. Good. Okay. So they are thinking about putting a program onto central bank digital currency so that restriction with respect to usage and time period can be attached to it. So what's the current policy rate? What is the current policy rate as per a monetary policy committee? कितना परसेंटेज है? Yes, Anjali, correct. 6.5%. And what is the current stance? Of monetary policy committee? Yes, it is still withdrawal of accommodation. बढ़िया, good. Now let's move on to next set of news, national and state news. So Gujarat government passes resolution with respect to teaching Bhagavad Gita in schools from 6th to 12th, okay, from the next academic year. So Bhagavad Gita will be there in schools curriculum also. Okay. Then we have 6th NBFC summit organized by CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, in Mumbai. The theme becomes important: NBFC's growth with stability and responsibility. And the current president of CII is R. Dinesh. Then we had another national conference on curbing post-harvest losses to enable resilient food system. The post-harvest losses, there is ample amount of data with respect to how much post-harvest lost that Indian agriculture does. Okay. It is generally said that almost close to 30 to 40% of the food that is produced every year, it gets wasted because we do not have adequate infrastructure with respect to preserving the produce after harvest. For example, our storage facilities is very bad. We just use cover and plinth. And what is cover and plinth? Whenever you go to any mandi, okay, within that mandi you will see some big platforms where the grain is just resting over there and only one cover is placed on it. Such type of storage facilities are there. So naturally, if some rain occurs over there, so all that produce will be wasted, isn't it? So post-harvest losses are also one of the most important issue in agriculture. तो उसका हमेशा ध्यान रखना, ठीक है? And this national conference happened especially on this topic, organized by ASOCHAM with Ministry of Food Processing Industries, venue New Delhi. Theme: envisioning vibrant and Viksit Bharat at the rate 100. And current president of ASOCHAM is Ajay Singh. Next is Amazon Web Services launches first Indian space tech accelerator. Okay, and this is started in collaboration with T-Hub and Minfi. तो एक्सेलरेटर, स्पेस टेक एक्सेलरेटर, तो एक्सेलरेटर से आप ये समझ जाइए इट्स मोस्टली रिलेटेड टू स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम ओनली. ओके, एंड दिस initiative will be providing technical, business and mentorship opportunity to startup focused on space technology. ठीक है. Next is Uttarakhand becomes the first state to pass UCC bill. Okay, so such type of state news are also important. ठीक है. So just like how in context of UCC bill, Uttarakhand is the first state with respect to caste census. Can you tell the first and second state that have launched caste census? Both of them we have discussed in the previous classes also. Yes, correct. Bihar first. What about the second state? Yes, correct. Second state आंध्र प्रदेश. ठीक है. तो ये स्टेट की न्यूज इंपॉर्टेंट है, स्पेशली व्हेन दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द मोस्ट नेशनल इशू. ठीक है, अगर कोई नेशनल इशू से रिलेटेड अगर कोई स्टेट न्यूज में है तो दोज थिंग्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज and Uniform Civil Code is under Article 44 of the Indian Constitution, and Article 44 comes under Part 4, okay, which is also known as Directive Principles of State Policy. So these are non-justifiable. Next is Center to scrap free movement regime with Myanmar. ठीक है. पहले बॉर्डर्स पर फ्री मूवमेंट था बिटवीन म्यांमार सिटीजन्स एंड इंडियन सिटीजन्स. सो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट हैज एक्चुअली ब्लॉक्ड दैट. ठीक है. अब फेंसिंग कर दिए, बॉर्डर से कोई आएगा जाएगा नहीं, एंड ऑब्वियसली दिस इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी एज वेल एज टू रिड्यूस एथनिक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स. ठीक है. तो म्यांमार के साथ टू विच नेबर कंट्री वी हैव ओपन बॉर्डर पॉलिसी? और किस किस के साथ है हमारे पास ओपन बॉर्डर पॉलिसी? यस, करेक्ट. नेपाल. चलो, let's move on to the next. Krishi Rakshak portal, a learning platform. Okay, these two different things have been launched by the Union Minister of Agriculture. तो उन्होंने एक centralized कृषि रक्षक हेल्पलाइन लॉन्च करी to help farmers. ठीक है. And also the portal. Then Agri Insurance Sandbox framework name Sarthi has been launched. then learning management system platform for the farming community under the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana also been launched. ठीक है, तो learning management system में obviously where various practices will be there. Agri insurance sandbox framework platform Sarthi, इसमें क्या होगा, just like how RBI also have regulatory sandbox over there in which startups can actually test their products before putting it into the market. ठीक है, वो sandbox में जाके check कर सकते हैं कि how their products will be faring in the market. Similarly, with respect to agri insurance, this can be done. तो सारथी नाम याद रख लेना, कृषि रक्षक. अब ये पोर्टल्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये सारे आपके नोट्स में होने चाहिए. नेक्स्ट इज, अब देखो कार्टी पे लड़ाई चल रही है. अपोलो कैंसर सेंटर इज सेइंग that hospital chain has successfully completed CAR-T cell program, claiming themselves to be the first private hospital to do so. ठीक है. Next, BARD का नाम चेंज होके Gemini हो गया. How many of you use BARD या फिर Gemini? Just like how ChatGPT is there, similarly BARD is also there. Have anyone used BARD? I hope all of you must have used ChatGPT. BARD use किया किसने? Okay, Copilot. चलो ठीक है. Let's move on to next MOU business agreement. तो IGL Indraprasth Gas Limited signs MOU, okay, to set up 19 compressed biogas plants in 4 states named Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan and UP. All NCR or nearby states to Delhi. IGL का प्लांट दिल्ली में तो है ना. Then we have Yara India, UP government. They both signed MOU to enhance potato productivity and quality. Lastly, ONGC NTPC, they will start a joint venture for offshore wind projects. ठीक है. तो compressed biogas plants के example आप थोड़ा ध्यान से रखना, because if not in this year's budget, in previous year budget, ठीक है, the government focused primarily on compressed biogas plants, और उन्होंने एक target दिया होता. What was that target? Does anyone remember? That how many CBG plants needed to be established in 2023? किसी को याद है? At least take a rough figure. ना 1000 नहीं, not 1000. अरे 30,000 नहीं, it was only, ठीक है, 500 was there, जिसमें 300 and 200 plants were being talked about. ठीक है, 500 waste to wealth थे, जिसमें 200 cluster based थे और 300 वैसे थे. Next, sports news. Bumrah, first Indian pacer to top the test ranking. ठीक है, so Jasprit Bumrah, after the recent India-England test series, okay, he became the first Indian pacer to top the ICC test ranking. He is also the first bowler to have topped ranking in all the formats. And these are Sports Star Aces Awards 2024. ठीक है, तो स्पोर्ट्स वुमेन ऑफ द ईयर पारुल चौधरी, Sportsman of the Year, Hardik Singh and Mohammad Shami. Sportswoman of the Year, Team Sports, Vandana Kataria. Sportsman of the Year in individual category, Satvik Sairaj and Chirag Shetty. Sportswomen of the Year, individual, Ramesh Babu, Vaishali and SK Samra. Sportsman of the Year, Para Sports, Sumit Antil. ठीक है. Sportswomen of the Year, Para Sports, Miss Murugesan. Okay. Coach of the Year, Rahul Dravid. Young Achiever of the Year, PS Joker. Young Achiever of the Year, T Sen. Lifetime Achievement Award, Chandu Borde, Karnam Malleswari. Sports Star of the Year, ठीक है, नीरज चोपड़ा. Sports Star of the Year Female, Sheetal Devi. National Team of the Year, Indian Men's Cricket Team. Club State Team of the Year, Saurashtra Cricket Team. Moment of the Year, Sheetal Devi hits the bullseye. I hope all of you remembered, seeing her performance in the tournament. International Icon, Muthaiya Muralidharan. Best State for the Promotion of Sport, Tamil Nadu. Best PSU for the Promotion of Sport, NTPC. Best Corporate, Tata Steel. Best University, SRM. Sport for Social Good, Shri Mata Vaishno Devi Shrine Board. And Ace of Aces Award given to Rohan Bopanna. अब ऑब्वियसली आप लोग सोच रहे होगे, अब देखो ये रटने का है. आई जस्ट मैंने एक बार बस बोल दिया जिससे आपके कान में पड़ जाए, क्योंकि बोली हुई चीज़ याद रह जाती है. बट एटलीस्ट मेक श्योर कि ये जो फेमस अवार्ड्स है ना, जैसे सात्विक साई राज रंकी रेड्डी वाले अवार्ड्स याद करके रख लेना, जो बहुत फेमस पर्सनालिटी रहे हैं, है ना, स्पेशली इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स थ्रू आउट द ईयर, उनका आप जरूर याद कर लेना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल शीतल देवी, शी अचीव्ड मोमेंट ऑफ द ईयर अवार्ड, है ना. तो ऑल दोज थिंग्स. एंड रोहन बोपन्ना ऑल्सो. एंड लास्ट न्यूज, सो नीरज चोपड़ा हैज बीन अवॉर्डेड एज द टॉप ऑफ यूरोप प्लेक, है ना, एट द फेमस आइस पैलेस एट Jungfrau in Switzerland. ठीक है. So this is all for today. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Otherwise, we'll wind up this session. Chalo, thank you guys for joining. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you.